Hello again and welcome to my Mojave Mainline layout. Today we'll look at how the railroad services its customers by delivering cars. Here you see the yard local is all switched out and in order on the Mojave runner. It's ready to go out and service the Calico Branch. On the railroad, every track has a unique name to identify it so that we avoid accidents and confusion. As you know, Mojave Yard is mainly a small intermodal facility. However, there is a freight track and the Mojave Team Track. A team track is a track owned by the railroad where offline customers can come and load or unload cars. You can see that the Acme company is currently busy loading a boxcar of anvils. Here we have the conductor's notes on what has to be done today. Many models use copies of real railroad switch lists for this purpose, but on the real railroad, the conductor usually works from notes and then fills in the official paperwork later. You'll notice also that the petroleum, the LPG tanker, is blocked in the middle of our train today. This is because it is a hazmat car and cannot be placed next to an occupied caboose or a locomotive. So we have our grain car and our lumber car doing the spacing here. Okay, as I mentioned a second ago, our train is going to start out on the Mojave runner. We're going to shove down to Mojave interlocking here. Once we're here, we've got to get permission from the Mojave Mainline dispatcher to shove out to Mojave Mainline 1. Once we get that permission, the interlocking will line our route. We'll shove out to Mojave 1. Then we have a Union Pacific train that'll be going in front of us. He'll be heading west. Once he's headed west, the Mojave interlocking tower will line our route. We'll cross over and head for the Calico interchange track. Once we're in the clear on the Calico interchange track, we will have to call the Calico dispatcher and get orders from him. Okay, here we go. We've started our shove down the Mojave runner. We're going to come up to the interlocking for the Mojave line. We're going to call the dispatcher also and get permission out. Once we get our permission, the interlocking tower will line us up for Mojave 1, and then we will be waiting on a Union Pacific freight train to get some track time, and then we will be switched over to the Calico Branch. And we've got our permission, so we're all lined up for Mojave 1. We're going to get over there. That UP train will be sitting there waiting for his track time also. Once he clears, we will be lined over to the Calico interchange track, and we'll call the Calico Branch dispatcher, and he will give us permission onto the Calico Branch. Okay, we see now the Union Pacific train has got his permission to move. We'll be out of our way quick, and we'll be able to make our switch over. And so Mojave Interlocking has got us all lined up for the Calico interchange. We'll cross over and get in the clear there. We'll have to call the Calico dispatcher. And now here we are in the clear on the Calico interchange. We're going to call the Calico dispatcher. He's going to give us permission to work here so we can switch out High Desert Lumber. We're going to give High Desert Lumber the NS lumber car, and we're going to take the ACL car that is on High Desert Lumber's siding. Okay, our cut's been made. We're going to pull up to the switch. Conductor is going to stay back between the caboose and the empty. Brakeman is going to ride that NS car up to the switch. There he will get off and line us up for the siding. And here we go on the shove back to pick up our empty. Conductor is back there to make the hitch. And with the hitch made, we will pull out up to the top of the switch and the brakeman will line us back to the caboose. Now we have our ACL car is set over. Conductor has made the cut. And we're going back up to the top switch where the brakeman will line us back up into High Desert Lumber to place the car. And here we go. Shoving into the siding. Got to take it nice and easy. And spot up right here at the lumber company. Okay, so we've got our NS car placed at the lumber company. We're pulled up on the interchange track. We've called Calico Dispatch. We're currently waiting for an Amtrak train to get by. After he gets by, we'll be able to open up and head up to the propane dealer and the feed dealer. And here you see we've arrived at the ranch supply and the propane dealer. The engineer's pulled up. Conductor has made a cut, and we're going to pull a locomotive light for the switch. We're going to go into the feed first, collect up the empty there. We need that car to space for the propane car that we're going to pull out of the propane dealer as well. This is something that we always have to keep in mind as a conductor when we're dealing with a hazmat car. The conductor's made the hitch and we're going to pull out. We'll get the propane empty. Shove in, make that hitch. Conductor will make the hoses and we'll pull out. I get the empties out to the main. We'll couple up to the loads that we're going to spot. And now we're going to pull up to spot again. We're just going to leave the empty from the lumber and the caboose on the main. We'll shove in and spot the other cars. Cut's been made. pull up. Spot the LPG tanker, make a cut. Pull for the ranch supply switch. Brakeman will throw that over. I'm going to spot this right on that door and make a cut. And we'll pull out. We've got our empties. Got the empty LPG is spotted in the middle of the train where we need it. I'm going to make hole here and shove back down the hill for the Calico interchange track. Conductor will get on the hind end, and here we go down the hill. You'll notice we're making quite a few shoving moves today. Most locals do a lot of shoving and do require a caboose even to this day. We're just getting back in the clear here on the interchange track. We will call the Mojave dispatcher and get him to cross us back over to Mojave Yard. And here we are back at the yard office. I hope you enjoyed your day out on the Calico Branch. Thanks for watching.